Welcome back, episode 16 of Daily Drives, and today I'm talking about moving to Germany. So, kind of a background with the military. So I went to basic training at Lackland in San Antonio. From there, I went about 3 hours north to San Angelo, which is where the Department of Defense Fire Academy is. That's for all of the branches. That's at Goodfellow Air Base. So I spent 3 or 4 months there going through the fire academy. And then while I was at the fire academy is when you get your orders or your assignment of where you're going to be going on once you graduate. And so I got Germany, which I spent some time in Germany growing up. So my mom and dad were both stationed there. I was there when I was maybe 3 or 4 years old, so I don't really remember a whole lot of it. But I was excited to be able to go overseas again and kind of experience a country that I'd been in once, but again, really didn't remember. So the hardest part for me was going to a foreign country by myself. So I didn't know really what to expect. I figured they didn't speak much English, so it'd be difficult to get around and communicate with people and all that stuff. So that I didn't get a lot of sleep that night before I had to get on the plane and then leave from Michigan, where I was on leave, to go to Germany. So I flew into Frankfurt, and then once I got to Frankfurt, the base I was going to was Spangdahlem Air Base, which is about 2 or 3 hours from the airport. So they had a shuttle already set up with that. I had a sponsor who gave me the details of where to schedule the bus trip and all that. And I mean, it's a beautiful country. If you've never been there, I mean, it's so just beautiful and fantastic, and everything besides the architecture and the history of the country itself. I mean, it was fantastic. I loved it, and I got my first dose of that as I was on that bus going from the airport to the base, and what I found out was that they know a lot more English than I expected them to. So I made a lot of German friends while I was there. I worked with even a few German civilian employees within the fire department. But talking to the Germans, I found out that they teach English for a number of years. Like in the U.S., you might take Spanish for a year or two in high school. There, I mean, multiple years taking English classes. So pretty much everyone that graduates from high school is fluent in English, and I was super surprised by that. It made it a lot easier to communicate with them. Of course, I tried to learn a little bit of German there so I could speak it conversationally, but I was definitely surprised by that. But I mean, it was such a fantastic country, and there's so much to see there. I mean, you go from country to country. So you think like in the U.S., you go from one state to another. It's the same thing there, to where there's really not a whole lot of borders. I mean, you're on the Autobahn driving, and then next thing you know, you might be in Luxembourg or Belgium or something like that, just like you would go from like Oklahoma to Texas. So that was definitely interesting. I mean, if you're in the military and you're looking to go overseas, it's definitely one of the places I would recommend. It's kind of centralized, so you can go, pretty much in all directions, visit all these other countries. So give it a try. Not to mention the food and the beer. It's just phenomenal. I've been able to find anything like it in the U.S. I've been searching, but such a great country to visit. Even if you're not in the military and you're thinking about just going to visit, definitely do it.